But listen, Miss Pugh, don't speak over me. Miss Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen, Miss Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me.
Where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
You can go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
All right, buckle up. Because today we got the courtroom version of fantasy versus reality. A no-nonsense judge going head-to-head with a full-blown sovereign citizen who walked in with nothing but a scrap of paper and blind confidence. She clearly thought she was about to drop some revolutionary legal truth bombs and walk out untouched like some courtroom ninja. Spoiler alert, she didn't. In fact, she barely made it through reading her paper without tripping over her own words. The whole thing unravels fast, and it's honestly wild she even thought this tactic would work in real life. Watching her stand there so convinced that she cracked the secret code of the justice system is like watching someone argue with TSA using a Monopoly card. And while it's chaotic and kind of hilarious, it's also a hard crash with legal consequences waiting on the other side. Let me know in the comments what you think about her bold approach to law and delusion, because we're just getting started, and this hearing is about to spiral in the most jaw-dropping way.
Good morning. Are you Janetta Pugh?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the what?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the beneficiary of what estate? Answer my questions, please, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand.
Beneficiary of that estate.
Okay.
For the record, I recognize Ms. Pugh. She's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in the state bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right, so Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest. You know?
Okay, so if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself? Or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you? Or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Okay. Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, there were writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus and it's denied.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claim and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel to effective defense.
It's overruled.
Okay.
You're running out, aren't you?
No, it's fine.
Nope, it's absolutely not fine. And at this point, she's making a complete fool of herself in real time while the judge just lets it all burn down like a slow-motion car crash. I've got to admit, I'm loving the judge's attitude here. Calm, collected, and not giving her even an inch of control while she stumbles through what sounds like a bootleg spellbook she downloaded from a sovereign citizen Facebook group. These folks really believe they found some magical legal cheat code where saying, "I don't consent" means charges just vanish into thin air. Newsflash, they don't. That's not how courts work. What's crazy is how confidently she reads it, like she's rehearsed it in the mirror 100 times. She even calls the judge Your Honor, like she's trying to play polite, but it's all just surface level fluff. Underneath, she's in way over her head. And look, part of you wants to feel bad, but then you remember she walked in thinking she could outsmart the legal system with a YouTube comment section script. It's next level delusion, and it only gets worse from here. Drop your thoughts in the comments. How does someone fall this deep into that rabbit hole? Reading the nonsense is one thing, but saying it out loud in court, that's a whole new level of detached from reality. Let's jump back in. This courtroom meltdown is far from over.
So here's the thing, Miss Pugh. I appreciate your position, but listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Miss Pugh,
with
don't
my
speak over me.
incarceration- Respectfully, Your Honor, with my incarceration being
Miss
solved-
Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled. And here's one of the reasons why is because you have a lawyer and your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff.
I do not agree or comply to your appointed
Go back.
agents.
You already said that, and that's overruled.
Is to the state.
Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Yeah, that was rough. But hang on, because somehow this sovereign citizen mess isn't done yet. Believe it or not, she actually comes back for round 2 at a later hearing. And yes, I've got the footage. At this point, I seriously think the judge deserves a trophy, a day off, and maybe a spa package, because handling this kind of nonsense with grace should count as a superpower. Dealing with someone like this is like arguing with a brick wall, except the wall thinks it passed the bar on Reddit. And yet, the judge stays firm, snappy when she needs to be, and surprisingly patient while trying to navigate this ocean of fake constitutional jargon. It's genuinely impressive to watch someone keep their cool while being force-fed garbage legal theories from someone who clearly didn't even do the basic homework. What do you think? Has the judge been too soft, or is she striking the perfect balance here? Personally, I think she's handling it like a seasoned pro, refusing to let the circus distract from the facts. Now, let's dive into the next hearing. Because if you thought the first one was a mess, just wait till you see how far off the rails things go when she tries it again.
Perfect. So, Miss Pugh, Mr. Jeffries has been appointed to represent you. He's just been given, he's trying to get caught up real quickly on all the information and the discovery in your case. I'm going to reset your case so that he can get all of that. Once he gets it, he'll be out there to go over it with you, and we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree to comply with any of the appointed court agents, considering that their first duty is to the state.
I understand. We've had this conversation before.
And for your record, I'll be representing myself.
So if you want to represent yourself, there's some things. Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me. If you want to represent yourself, then there is a process that we have to go through, and we'll do that today if that's what you want to do. We'll get your case set for trial and we'll go forward that way. It is highly inadvisable for you to represent yourself. Lawyers have many, many years of training. They understand the law. They understand how a trial works, because here's what happens. When you're in a trial and you represent yourself, you're expected to know and follow all of the rules of evidence, all the rules of procedure. And so you're really at a disadvantage if you don't know those things. And so you have to do everything just like the assistant district attorney would. And if you don't, you're going to be in front of a jury and it's going to show, and it's just not going to be, it usually does not work out in your benefit. But I have to go through with you some questions first before we do that. And then if you still want to do that, then there's a couple of things couple of options, and we'll go over those as well. Okay. So I am supposed to ask you, I'm going to go through these questions. I need you to answer them if you want to represent yourself, because this is required. All right. So have you ever studied the law? Okay. Have you ever represented yourself before in any kind of criminal matter? Okay. Do you understand the charges against you?
I never been accused of.
Okay. And so do you know, and we've gone over before, I think, what the range of punishment is if you're found guilty on a jury? Do you know what that is? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me pull you up here. We'll go over that again as well. The date of that allegations from June 22nd of 2021. And what that means is if you're found guilty, that the range of punishment that the jury could give you is between 2 years as a minimum punishment up to 10 years in prison, anywhere in between. Do you understand? And you answer out loud just for the record.
Do I understand? No, I don't understand.
What do you not understand about that?
I swear, I could have predicted every word out of her mouth. At this point, I think sovereign citizens are rewiring my brain. I'm losing IQ points daily just listening to these people butcher basic law with confidence. And yeah, I get it. Some of them might actually be struggling mentally or just deeply misinformed. But that doesn't excuse the chaos they bring into courtrooms. They waste time, drain resources, frustrate everyone involved, and all while thinking they've unlocked some secret legal backdoor nobody else knows about. It's sad, it's frustrating, and it's exhausting. What really threw me this time was that she didn't even bring her little cheat sheet. Maybe a night or two in county jail helped her memorize it, or maybe she just ran out of printer ink. Either way, now she's talking about representing herself, and that's where things could go from bad to catastrophic. Because if she goes pro-SE with this nonsense, she's not just risking embarrassment. She's staring down real time, like 8 to 10 years kind of time. So, yeah, let's get back into this disaster and see if she really tries to play lawyer in her own defense. Spoiler, it's not going to end well.
I don't understand, Your Honor.
So here's the thing. If you want to represent yourself by law, you have to be able to understand these things. Otherwise, I've got to appoint an attorney for you. So you can't just say, I want to represent myself because I don't like the attorney or I don't like the process. This is the process that you're in. You live in Texas, you live in the United States. This is the law that applies to your case. So what do you not understand about the range of punishment if you're found guilty? And I'd be glad to explain it.
I don't understand because I've never did anything wrong.
That's what a jury's for, right? And so if you say you're not guilty, then you go in front of a jury and they determine after they listen to the evidence if you're guilty or not. That doesn't have anything to do with if they find you guilty, you understanding that they could send you to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand that part? What are you, yes or no? No, you don't understand that. So, Ms. Pugh, it's my understanding, I'm not going to allow you to represent yourself because you don't understand the law and the process. So we're on question number 4 out of 15 that I'm supposed to ask you. So Mr. Jeffries is going to stay on your case. I don't care what you want at this point. You can't do it. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. I'm done. Go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Welcome to the criminal appointment list.
Yeah, fun, Judge.
This was not meant to be any kind of punishment, I promise. So Mr. Jeffries, just get ready like you would. Probably it's going to go straight onto a jury, and we'll just get it figured out that way.
To give credit where it's due, this judge was an absolute 10 out of 10. I mean, how often do you see someone keep their cool while a sovereign citizen recites a jumbled script straight out of conspiracy subreddit? From start to finish, the judge stayed composed, steady, and shockingly patient through what had to feel like legal performance art gone horribly wrong. You could tell she was trying, really trying, to give this girl every chance to make her case, even if that case was built on unicorn dust and YouTube misinformation. It's not easy keeping your temper when someone challenges your authority based on a flimsy sheet of paper and fake legal buzzwords. But somehow, this judge pulled it off. Full marks for professionalism. And look, watching someone mentally trip over their own fake laws might be entertaining, but it's also painful. This wasn't just a bad argument or a weak defense. This was someone showing up in court with nothing but internet confidence and a dream, hoping to beat the legal system by saying, "I don't consent," 3 times like it's a magic spell. You could see the gears grinding behind her eyes, searching desperately for a comeback to every legal reality check the judge threw at her. It was like watching someone try to freestyle rap with no beat and no rhythm, just a word salad of sovereign buzzwords smashed together in real time. And the judge? Calm, clear, and ready with the hammer. When the nonsense finally collapsed on itself, you could almost see her trying to reboot mid-hearing. A total logic crash. But again, the judge stayed firm, gave her more grace than most people would, and finally shut it down with quiet authority. If you made it through this without losing brain cells, congrats. Hit like, drop a comment, and stick around. Because these courtroom train wrecks just keep coming.